time for the big quiz this week.
Yes.
Uh, and yes, during lockdown here in the UK, one of the things that we can't do is go to the pub.
Ah, the pub. Miss the pub.
So here on Car-Boyz, we've decided to bring the pub to you. Not that we have a license to sell alcohol or anything
No,
like that.
no.
But we have the Car-Boyz general knowledge pub quiz. General knowledge. Our contestant this week is made his way all the way to the bar from southwest London. It's Richard. Are you feeling good? You feeling COVID
I'm
free?
feeling good. I was actually thinking the pub opposite me, I think, has secret lock-ins on a Saturday night. I
Maybe
did
we
notice
can't.
last night. It's not this. It's a very, very horrible pub. That's why I never
Ah,
go in it.
I
But
see.
it is. I won't give out my location because they might be. I
Yeah.
don't want to get them in trouble. But I'm pretty sure they're having lock-ins.
Like that.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
exactly. Well,
Uh,
it's this. I'm on my back step in my house at sort of 12:30, having a cheeky cigar and a little whiskey, and I can hear, "See you, Frank. See you, Terry." I was like, "Yeah, you've just been in there, haven't you?" Curtains drawn.
Brilliant. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. There's nothing to be scared of in this quiz. 10
No.
general questions, choices of A or B, and this week you're playing for a picture of, and they're usually yellow, so
Ooh.
a Reliant Robin.
Oh, excellent. Oh, and look at that. It's in daisy yellow, sunshine
Yes.
yellow. Lovely, Reliant
I,
Robin. If I put
I
that on my wall, will it also make all my other cars turn into three-wheelers?
quite possibly. I like the way they parked this one though. Look at that.
Oh, does it look? Is it on the edge of a canal? Are they about to push it in? Is there a body in the back?
And because it's weren't they made of fiberglass, so won't they float as
Oh, they
well?
would actually. The two things I know about Robin Reliance, the first thing is because they're made of fiberglass. If you crash that into a wall, the engine comes through and cuts your legs off.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
so slightly worse than than a misfunctioning airbag.
yeah.
Secondly, because they were too light in the back, you had to put a couple of bags of cement in the boot always to
Yes.
drive it. Otherwise, the whole thing would tip over.
As often happened, I think, in Mr. Bean, if I'm not mistaken. He would come around the corner and it'd knock the Robin over.
That's right. I
Yeah.
thought he drove a Mini, or did he
He
originally?
drove a Mini, but it was
Ah,
always his nemesis that was driving the Robin.
he'd one-upped him, and then, of course, became Mayor of London. There he is,
Exactly.
Sadiq Khan. Thank you,
Oh,
Sadiq.
oh. Okay, so eyes down, look in. Question number one. The world record. There he is.
This way for the exit. Bye bye. Look, as if separated by births. Yeah.
Oh.
This
Uh,
way.
question number one. The
Yes.
world record for removing and replacing a car engine was achieved in 1985 by the British Royal Marines.
Oh,
There they
okay.
are now. How quickly were they able to do it? Was it A, 42 seconds, or B, 1 minute 32?
Uh, to remove. So were they replacing the engine?
They replaced the engine, so they've got the old
And
CVH engines. Took
it's
one
a
engine
B
out.
Reg Escort, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And put another. I'm going to say 132. Come on.
No, it wasn't. It's 42 seconds.
42 seconds. Who'd have thunk it? Good
Our British
grief.
Royal Marines, there you go, replace the engine, the whole engine, with a new one in 42 seconds. I'm not sure how.
This would sort of suggest that the British automotive industry would be the best in the world. But since we don't have an automotive industry anymore, what would it take them the 400 workers at Rover to do that? 1 hour 56. The Royal Marines do it in 42 seconds.
I will. I think there is a video of this as well, so I will post
Wow.
it up
Yeah,
on our
please do.
Facebook
That's insane.
page later on. So not off to a good start there, but it was a B Reg Escort for that
Oh,
one as
wow.
well. Okay, question number two. The man who invented cruise control was called Ralph Titor. Here's a picture of him now.
Hello.
Ralph.
Yes. Was that taken at his trial in Munich?
It quite possibly was. What was unusual about him? Was he A, did he only have one arm, or B, he was blind?
Well, see, he was a member of the SS during the occupation of Poland. Blind or one arm? I'm going to go. Well, it would one arm. I'm thinking one arm because obviously cruise control would be helpful with that. No, one arm.
No, he was
He
blind.
was blind. Oh, well,
Apparently,
he doesn't look blind. He's not Stevie Wonder blind, is he?
he
I mean, he
doesn't
hasn't
know that, does he? But apparently, his lawyer was a bad driver, so he invented cruise control
Ah,
so that his lawyer could drive properly without having to.
He does look like a member of the SS, though, doesn't he? He looks very strict.
Yes.
Yes, all of them had to
There you go.
die.
Oh, I'm
And
disappointed.
I was thinking, I don't believe it's 42 seconds because I had on the old Escort that you just showed, right?
Yes.
I had one of those. I had a
Yeah.
G-Reg one. And it took me about 2 hours to put a new bulb just in the front headlight. To take the front headlight was all sorts of machinations of taking off bits of front grille, to take the headlight assembly to bits, to put the new bulb in, to put the new headlight back.
Yeah.
Honestly, two and a half
I'll
hours.
post this, but there are a team of Royal Marines as well.
Yes,
so.
the team. It wasn't just me and my front yard.
Oh, so we're not doing it. I thought you'd be well on this.
Terrible so far. Yes, come on, we've got to do better.
Okay, so you've got to get this one.
Yeah.
Question number 3. What is the most frequently stolen car in the United States? Is it A, the Honda Accord, or B, the Mini?
Well, the Honda Accord is, I think, the most popular sold car in the United States.
Ooh.
So would that suggest it would be also the most popular stolen car? So let's go for Honda Accord.
It is the Honda Accord. Yes, indeed.
I think it's been the most popular car in the States for 20 years, if not longer. I think it's 2001. That's the most popular car every year because it works. This is why I drive one. It's not the most exciting car in the world, but it works. And you get 30-year-old versions of them that work and they don't break down. And they're obviously very easy to steal.
Apparently so. But
Yes.
that was correct. 1 out of 3 so far. Question number 4.
Okay.
I've had to print this picture out.
Okay, good.
We drive on the correct side of the road. Which is
Obey the rule of Her Majesty the Queen.
There you go. There she is there.
God bless you, Mum, all who's sailing you.
What percentage of the world's population?
Sorry.
What percentage of the world's population observe the Queen?
What
is
percent?
it A?
Go on.
35%.
Yes.
Who drive on the left, or B? 45% who drive on the left.
Or B?
45%.
Very close. Look, she's just about to say, Andrew was not guilty. He likes pizza and doesn't sweat. 35 or 45. Okay, so there's us. There's Australia. I'm going to do a quick us. Australia. Ooh. India.
Oh, brilliant.
Malaysia. Thailand. Burma.
But then there's like everyone else.
Yeah, but then there's isn't India is the most populous democracy in the world. Then there's sub-Saharan Africa. So the whole of the Americas is going to be the wrong way round.
Yes.
Most of Europe is.
Yes.
Russia is. China is.
Therefore,
I think I'd say 35%.
Absolutely right. It is. The 35% obeying.
God bless you, Your Majesty, and all who sail in her.
Question number 5. Still on percentages.
Yes.
On average, so how long on average does a car spend in its lifetime parked?
Ooh.
Is it A, 90% or B, 95%?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're right. It is about that. It really does. Most of the time they just sit there and rot, don't they? And what's the sound of my car depreciating? Let's go for 95%.
Absolutely right. Correct.
Hey, I thought so. How frightening. How frightening.
Absolutely.
So in theory, car sharing would make sense. The problem is, people are horrible and dirty and don't respect each other. So it's unworkable. It would be like would be like getting on a bus, and you know what a horrible experience it is getting on a bus. Before COVID, you wanted to put a hazmat suit on before you got on the bus.
Yeah.
But to say car hiring with the crap that, I mean, my sister's car, and she works for Jaguar Land Rover. The inside of her car is like somebody's just got a bin, literally got a bin out of the kitchen and done this and ground it in, some clothes, books everywhere, nice layer of dust. You go, what's this? Disgusting. And
Terrible.
I bet you you know, you've had the odd hire car. You don't treat hire
Yeah.
cars like you treat your own
No.
car, do you? Just
No.
go, hire car, let's go really fast. Hire car. Oh, I've curbed it. Never
Well,
mind.
yeah, someone else will clean it.
Yeah.
Anyway, well done. Yeah, 95% of the time the car is spent parked up. So well done. Question number 6. Thinking back to earlier in the show,
Yes.
face-off radios,
Mhm.
in 2011,
Yes.
what was the last car to be offered with a cassette deck
Ooh.
as an option?
Go on.
Was it A, the Ford Crown Victoria, or B, the Ford Mondeo? A, Ford Crown Victoria, or B, the Ford Mondeo?
I think it's Mondeo.
Oh no!
Was it the
Unfortunately,
Crown Vic?
it was the Crown Victoria, last car to be offered with a cassette deck.
2011.
Yes.
I think that was the year I got my first iPhone, and that was quite late. That was my first smartphone. Was 2011. I really liked the anonymity of a flip phone, and then I was just like, I'm just going to get a smartphone because everybody else has got one, and it was like a revelation. But I can remember my other half when we lived abroad coming back to the UK in about 2003, and she had one of the last Sony Walkman.
Oh yeah.
And it was white. And it was really thin with this sort of blue marking. And everybody, iPods had just started, and she did get an. But she said she was on the tube in London, and she got this white thing out that did look like an iPod.
Yeah.
Opened it up, turned the tape around, put it back in, and then played it. And there was this girl opposite, like looking at her like this. What the fuck? It was like she'd got a gramophone. I hope everybody doesn't mind me playing this record in this tube carriage. Wow, 2011.
2011.
Wow.
Ford Crown Victoria.
Although, on that point, how many cars are still being released with standard AM, FM radios? I mean, I know it's
that's interesting. Yeah.
If you live in, say, Europe, remoter parts of Europe, America, South America, there is no digital radio service.
Yeah.
But here in the UK, why should any new car come off the production line that hasn't got a DAB radio? I can buy a DAB radio for my house for about 20 quid. I think my father-in-law's got a portable one that cost him a tenner, so he can listen to the football on it.
That's really funny because I always thought I'd get a car with a DAB radio because you go, there's DAB radio. And now I have a DAB radio. I don't actually use it because I use my iPod.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got a DAB radio in my car and I never have it on. I just listen to stuff on my phone. I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Great ones like this. Subscribe now, and with panpipe music. I always listen to panpipe music.
Okay, question number 7. In the film Back to the Future, the time machine was a DeLorean DMC-12. But what domestic appliance was originally meant to be used until the director was afraid that children could get trapped inside, imitating the film? Was it A washing machine, or B, a fridge?
I think it was a washing machine, wasn't it? No. Was it a fridge?
It was a fridge. Yes. Originally, the time machine was going to be a fridge, but then he was so scared of it that they decided that they would have the DeLorean.
Well, I think this comes back. I did ask my father about this because I've never had a fridge that you couldn't open from the inside. But apparently fridges used to have a lock in the 50s and 60s on the door. So you couldn't open it from the inside. So what used to happen is kids would be playing on a waste ground. I know it is. I know it's not funny, but the kids would be playing on waste ground. They'd find a fridge. What's the first thing you want to do? Get inside it. They'd get inside it. The thing would lock. And then they would suffocate. That's what you get when you tune into this show. You get jokes and people laughing about children suffocating in the 1960s in old disused fridges.
Not laughing at all.
Don't forget to subscribe and click like.
Serious face now. Serious face. Back to the quiz.
Yes. Fridge.
Question number 8. Back to percentage. What percentage of cars in the USA are manual transmission? Is it A, 75% or B, 95%?
Oh, it's 75%. It's 75%.
75% or 95%?
75%.
No, it's 95% of cars in America.
Have
Oh, sorry.
manual? Come
Uh,
on. Hang on, have you asked
no,
this
sorry.
right?
I got it wrong. What? Auto
Oh,
manufacturers.
95%.
Yes, 95%. Yeah,
95%.
yeah, you were
There
right.
you go. Thank you. No, I actually thought 75%. Is there anybody American can do a stick shift?
If you're American, let
Um,
us know if you can.
yeah,
There you go.
please write to us and tell us if you too can operate a stick shift, because most of you can't. My
Mm.
sister-in-law's just passed in Australia and just did an auto. Just like my brother was like, I'm never going to buy another stick shift. And I was like, yeah, but
I get it. I
uh,
get because it's open road and there's not much there, and you just have to cruise. I get that.
it
Yeah.
limits you. It's I never drove an auto till I was well into my 30s, and I got a job driving. I was driving some vans for a few weeks, and they said, "Oh, you can take the one at the end." And I went to the one at the end, and the bloody thing was an auto. And I phoned my dad and went, "How the hell? I've never driven an auto."
Mm.
So he said, "Okay, um, take your left foot and tuck it under the seat, right? Because every time you're going to come up to a set of lights, you're going to go for the
Yeah.
clutch."
Yeah.
And you're not going to be the clutch, it's going to be the brake, and you're
Brake.
going to whack on the anchors. Well, that worked for a while, and I was delivering some stuff, and I remember whacking on the anchors and just hearing everything in the back of the van go click, 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 click. I went, oh, sorry. Yeah. So
Well,
that does. I think it limits you unless and if you don't know how to drive a manual.
so there you go.
And a manual is fun. Although when I went back to manual after having an auto for a while, I did ride the clutch like as an SOB.
And also, if you didn't get your delivery, that's probably because Rich broke all
Sorry
of them.
about that. Sorry about your delivery. You broken China.
Two more to go, and
Okay.
it's still in play.
Oh, in it canary yellow?
In canary yellow,
I
absolutely.
love it.
Question number 9:
Turning
seatbelts
into
were
Frank Sidebottom. Go on.
so, he was on the word as well, wasn't he?
I think he was. Wasn't it Terry Christian in a mask? You ever noticed that you never saw either of them in the room at the same time? All right. All right, Terry.
Question number 9: seatbelts were invented by what car manufacturer? Was it A, Volvo, or B, Dodge?
Oh, Dodge. There you go. That's the yellow driver of the yellow Reliant Robin.
Was it Volvo or was it Dodge?
It's Volvo.
It was Volvo.
I'm thinking of the Crash Test Dummies song.
Mm, 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 mm. Volvo were who are credited with creating the seatbelt, also didn't patent the invention, so it could be used for safety purposes by other car manufacturers.
I've got a feeling that Dodge were the company that in the centre of the steering wheel in the 1950s had like an icon that was a spike that stuck out. And this is how Sammy Davis Jr. lost his eye.
Oh no!
Who could be a rainbow? Ow! The Candyman can.
Oh dear!
Oh, he's frozen again.
I've won this. Question number 10: the Mini was
Yes.
first manufactured to make more room inside a car by doing what? Did it A, have cutaway seats, or B, did they turn the engine sideways?
They turned the engine sideways.
Ding is the right answer. They turned it so you had a transverse engine. Driving
Indeed, which
front
meant
wheels.
every time you went, the battery had to sit behind you in the
Yes.
boot.
Boot. Yeah.
But what you could do, and it's what my mate did, is you could then have a stereo CD player on the back parcel shelf, connect it to the battery. We did that a lot. But every time, because of the position of the engine in the old Mini, the first
Yes.
Mini, if you went over water, it would sometimes conk out. Because the plugs were positioned really the way they from that to that meant it got so you'd often conk
I
out in
see.
them as well.
And that's when you need all that spray to damp stuff.
Yeah, like the tin of that. That'll get it going in Florida.
So there you go. Yes, you have. You have won the picture. That's going to be winging your way.
Oh, I don't know what to say. I'd just like to thank my family and my friends. Oh, isn't it fantastic? I'll have something to light the fire. Is it? I reckon it's about to be pushed into a reservoir
It looks like that, doesn't it?
to get rid of the bloodstains. Some coal miner's wife is tied up in the back. Oh, it's been a fun show, hasn't it? Talking about kids dying in fridges and women being beaten up and left in the back of Robin Reliance.
I'm a bit worried. Is the mirror supposed to be like that?
Oh yes, it does look. Oh yeah, it does look like it's been knocked. But also the panel gap. That door looks slightly off as well. That door looks like it's dropped.
Which would you have, that or the Nissan Micra for 200?
Hang on a sec. Hang on. Yeah, I'm definitely going with the. If the Nissan Micra was in better condition, it would be the Nissan Micra every day. But to be honest, I think if I was after a fun car, I'm going to go for the Reliant Robin. I think that's a much funner car.
Look how
it's fantastic. And mind you, it doesn't have the benefit of this beautiful side edition, if I can find it, to the Mazda, which is this lovely scrape and flat tire, which they actually put into the advert. I think it is definitely a lady that was selling that. Thank you very much for tuning into the show. That's it from us this week. We will be back hopefully next week with another hour and a bit of motoring entertainment. Stay safe, stay happy, go to the pub, don't go to the pub, go out, don't go out, all the usual bits and pieces. That's it from Car-Boyz. We will join you next time.